talk a little bit about playing Central Florida now that they don't have taco ball? How are they different?
Yeah, well, they're different in two ways. You know, we got to remember last time we played them, Taylor hadn't played in 15 or 16 games, so we didn't know if Taylor was playing. And to be fair, so to really answer your question, look, they're different in two ways. No taco, but B.J. Taylor, their first team all-league player, is back. And they have they still have two centers. You know, I'm a big fan of Brown. Love his toughness, love how hard he plays. But Taylor's starting to play well again, obviously. You know, he's starting to put up big numbers, shooting a high percentage, and still looks like he's still getting better every game, back in shape. So they're obviously not as big. They're faster. Their numbers are higher. They're giving up more points, but they're scoring more points. And it's twofold. Like I said, no taco, so that slowed them down a tad. More scoring punch, obviously, with Taylor in the lineup. So they're a totally different team. Now, I can't tell you if that's good or bad for us.
Not having taco in there, does that change your?
Well, you would say, you know, look, so they're harder to defend because of B.J. Taylor. They're obviously not the same team defensively because Taco's not standing in front of the rim. Now, they have great schemes. They play man, they play zone and man in the same possession. And they got tough kids that play really hard, like I told you the last time. Their defense wasn't just about him. They play really hard on the defensive end. Very physical team and very well coached. So, and they compete, they really compete. They had every chance to beat Houston. It came down to the last minute or so, and Houston made 2 plays in a row. Central Florida missed a 2-footer to tie the game. So that could have went either way. Houston's a tournament team. So it's just a very different game with Taylor in and Taco out. So obviously it probably won't be the rock fight it was the last time. You know, I'd say that we should combine for at least 90 points this time.
After you lost your second game in a row earlier, how did you regroup? What was your message to those guys? You remember what you told them or what your mindset was?
Yeah, I would tell you this, Bill, like, you know, so this is my 12th year. I think, you know, it's really important at some point in the season, you got to get a dose of reality. Okay, it could be November, it could be December. There's one year it didn't happen we were undefeated until we went to Villanova. I think it was 2011 in conference play. And you just never know when you set the schedule up. It's better to get it early. And then your guys realize, okay, he's right, we're not as good as we need to be to beat quality opponents. That happened for us, obviously, in 1 week. And I give our guys credit. We got a lot better the next week. And it's propelled us to be a better team. And to be honest with you, like our assistants scout our opponents, I scout us. So like today's practice, we'll start with a film session about us, what we need to get better at, some things I think we've done really well, it's help us win, but other things that we've got mistakes we need to eliminate. So I don't really coach based off of, hey, they're winning, everything's great, give me some chocolate cake. It's not. That's, I think you got to stay focused on getting better, whether you win or you lose.
Were they more attentive in practice after that?
Point being, though, when you lose is when you get their attention. Right. That's why the reality hits them, because you're telling them the same thing. I was still doing all that stuff, but when you're winning and you haven't lost yet, it doesn't have the same effect.
So that was a good thing.
Yeah, because then they realize, it's like, oh wow. Because what happens is, hey, coach, you get the look of, when you're undefeated, you get the look of, yeah, right, coach. We like you, we believe you, but yeah, right. When you lose 2 in a row, you get the look, please help us, coach. We don't want to get embarrassed. Our girlfriend's starting to question us whether she should date a football player or not. Starting to lose all my street cred. We're all getting killed on the media, social media. Please help us. So we'll listen. We don't want to lose 2 more this week. So it's just the way it is, and it's always going to be that way. And the earlier it happens to you, the better. Because then you can start getting, you can start getting, that's when you can really get to work on figuring out, okay, now what do we got to do?
You mentioned the other day about Gary being a little tired, perhaps. Is there any, I don't know what the word
Yeah, I'm going to
is.
recant that. Are you talking about after the UConn game?
Yeah, you are going to recant?
Yeah, I don't think that was the case at all from watching the film. He it's a 4th straight game against them. He took a shot to the head early in the game. The foul was called, but he took another shot to the head and almost had a tooth embedded in his upper lip. Didn't say a word because that's how he is. He just keeps playing. I didn't really notice it until I saw the film, or I would have called for play stoppage. So it's the 4th straight time that we've played them that's happened. So in my opinion, once we got a lead, I think he's a smart guy. In my opinion, he was probably being cautious, protecting himself the rest of the game, since it happens every time. 1 time it's a coincidence, 2 it's bad luck. 4 in a row.
So, I mean, 23 games in, they're all going to be, they're in good shape, but they're...
Yeah, I think he was pretty, I changed my opinion, like I told you. I think he was being cautious, careful, long season. Once we get up double figures, I think he was protecting himself.
Yeah.
When you said you could tell your players this is what we got to do, what did you decide they had to do?
It's not I don't think we didn't do anything schematically any different. What happens is when you play better teams, it's harder to execute. And you say those things in practice, and you get the look of, yeah, oh, yeah, right, coach. Where we've won every game by 20. And here's what we're gonna have to run our offense with speed and efficiency, precision, timing, and then you're also gonna have to maybe run it 3 times within a possession to get a good look, to break a team down. But it's tough, until you go through that as a team. You really need to go through it. It happens in conference play, because even if a team, by conference play, everybody has figured out how to be competitive, which is defend, scout the opponent, take their strengths away. So yeah, it's not like we changed anything that we were really doing.
Just did it better.
Just need to do it with a lot more toughness and a lot more attention to detail.
Follow up on Gary. He's okay for tomorrow night?
I believe so.
This one might be...
He played through it.
Yeah.
Now once I saw it, it was pretty gross.
This one might be tough to answer because you guys have always been one of the more successful teams in conference, so you're always taking everybody's best shot. But when you have the winning streak, more attention, the ranking, do you feel like teams are coming at you maybe even harder this year than before?
Well, I would say this. Memphis gave away 2,000 tickets. So we've been everybody's biggest crowd of the year in our road games, in our league, aside from Temple was a blizzard. So it's by far Central Florida, Memphis, South Florida. I don't know who else we just play on the road. UConn. The numbers say it was their best home crowd of the year. So but I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You're going to get teams' best shot. Makes you play better. And if I was a recruit, I'd want to play I'd want to play in packed arenas and big games where the fans are excited to see it. I think that's what it's all about.
Field goal percentage defense seems to have always been a mark of your teams. What do you credit that to?
We try to not give up layups. I tell you, I know that's simple, but we didn't do a very good job of that in our last game in the second half. When we we didn't blow it, but we had a 17, 18-point lead against UConn. We gave up too many layups in the second half. So, kids don't miss layups. They might miss shots, perimeter shots. So our thing is try to not give up layups and try to make sure we don't let your best shooters shoot. That's pretty much it. And then we're big on no dumb fouls. We coach it. We coach it very hard. We teach it. We review it on film. And it's all basically goes to how to not give a game away. You know, some teams will struggle to score if you don't give them layups and free throws.
Is that all just something you stress? Is it have to be
No, we coach it.
kind of guys that you recruit?
No, you know, we get the best guys we can get, and then try to figure out how to win with them. Try to, you know, so we don't sit there and recruit saying, hey, with defense in mind. You're always trying to get the, you know, you think you can coach defense. You got to get talent, and then you can coach defense. That's just always, I think that goes from being around my dad to Bob Huggins to Rick Pitino. If you want to win games, you got to learn how to not lose them first, which is giving up layups, turning the ball over, giving up layups. You're going to lose games. You know, it's just because good teams, they're not going to give you layups and they're not going to give you the ball. So I know it sounds simple, but if you can do it, it works.
How do you coach that?
You know, schemes, scouting, but then I think you got to get your players. You got to get players that want to win, that care about winning. So, like when I say in recruiting, we don't talk, maybe sit there and talk about, hey, this guy's going to be a great wing defender. I think we more talk about is that this guy's a competitor. And once you're winning and you have a winning culture, you got to try to, when you're in my position, your assistants are presenting different recruits to you all the time. You have to try to ascertain whether the guy's he's going to care about winning when he gets in your program, or is he just going to care about his individual statistics? And then he's maybe not for us, you know, because some people play the sport for individual statistics, others play the sport to win.